have the statistics to show what happens when men are more feminine. We have over 50% of marriages end in divorce. 80% of marriages end in divorce with the woman initiating.
What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be reviewing a Fresh and Fit podcast clip titled, "This is Why Women Hate You." I haven't seen this clip. I don't know what you're talking about, but
it's gonna be a surprise.
I guess we'll get into it and see what they're saying.
Yeah.
All right, guys, so here we go. All right, guys, make sure you don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Go ahead and support the channel. Click that subscribe button. Show us some love. So here we go.
Okay, but
why is
that's
it
two different things, though.
fold?
That's two different things. You can express how you feel and still go handle your business. So if you're not handling your business, that's another thing.
So
if you're
If
just
it's
sitting here
imperative.
crying about it and not
And
doing
then not
nothing,
doing anything.
hold on,
Because we don't like that shit.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this. It's gonna trigger you guys, but I don't care. I'm gonna say it anyway because I'm gonna
for
hit
it.
you guys
Fuck
with
it.
facts. You guys are talking a whole bunch of feelings right now.
Oh, okay. I'm just
This
trying to-
happens all the time, right? The thing is that if you listen to female dating advice or you listen to how to deal with women from women, they're going to tell you things that are going to inherently make you less attractive to them because it's politically correct.
God.
Yeah.
Let me explain. You guys are saying open up. It's okay to be sensitive. Blah blah blah.
I can agree with that, actually.
That is cap. You want to know why that's cap? That's cap because we have the statistics to show what happens when men are more feminine. We have over 50% of marriages end in divorce. 80% of marriages end in divorce with the woman initiating. Men are no longer men. Men are soft. Why? Because they listen to this bullshit. Again, and no offense to you guys, no offense at all. But it is bullshit because the more men act like women, the more it repulses women because women don't want another woman. They want an emotional.
All right, so what are your thoughts on that? A man pretty much just opening up to a woman, especially a woman that he's dating or let's say in a relationship, telling her all his problems, and then a woman, I guess, ultimately losing attraction. Like, what are your thoughts on that?
No, I don't believe that. Like, I that's something I disagree with.
Really?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah?
I think if you're in a relationship and you obviously like this person, like, if you're with them all the time, you're spending so much time with them, like you trust them with everything. You know what I mean? So that's at least in my eyes. I'm like, I would talk to you about everything just because like you're my best friend. So I would just talk to you just openly. So I don't know. Like I don't see that as
But
being
he's-
an issue, or that doesn't emasculate you if you talk to me about problems. That's just my opinion.
I think for this one, I'm gonna have to disagree with you.
Okay.
I think with most women, they want a guy that's strong, solid, and has security. And if a guy is, to most women, obviously you're an anomaly, but for most women, even in my experience, if I tell a woman my problems, I'm going through this, I'm going through that, she's automatically going to lose attraction because she's going to think you don't have things together, like you don't have control of your life. And ultimately, that's going to be a deterrent for her because most women want security. Like they want the illusion that everything's fine. He got this. He has money. There's no
not
issues.
life.
Right. That's not life. But that's not how most modern women think.
Okay.
Because once a guy is saying, "Yep, I have money problems. Yep, I'm in debt. Yep, I have student loan. Yep, I don't know what I want to do with my life." So once you start to get down the road of insecurities, you don't know what's happening, uncertainties, she's going to dry up. Like she's not going to get wet off of that.
I don't agree. I don't agree at all. Because listen,
You guys
personally-
comment below. Comment below.
Personally, I think
I'll leave it at that.
my opinion though is that like obviously if we're in a relationship and I care for you so much, like you know what I mean, like it doesn't, like especially we're building something together in our lives and like I'm going through things, I talk to you about it, you go through things, you talk to me about it, and
Yeah.
we help each other. And I don't see that as being like you're still the man, like you know what I mean. It's not, that doesn't lower anything to me. So I don't know.
It depends.
Like you're human at the end of the day. Like you're obviously not perfect. Things are gonna happen in life. That's why we have each other, to help each other through it. You know.
Right. Well, okay, so I agree with you, that's how it should be. But for most women, they don't think that way.
Okay.
Women want a final finished product. They don't want to go through the trials and tribulations of the uncertainties because there's no security in that.
Do you find that for older women more than young women? Like if you're in your early
Both.
20s,
Both.
like really?
Okay.
I think-
But
okay.
think about it like this. Let's say you're 22, you're on Instagram, and you have 100 guys hitting you up. From those 100 guys, let's say 10%, let's say 10 of those guys are driving Ferraris, Lamborghinis, or maybe they make over 100,000. Maybe they have a penthouse. You know what I mean? Like, they have the perceived perspective of them having it all, or having it all figured out. Who are you gonna go to? A guy like that, or a guy complaining about his problems, saying, "Oh, I don't know if I can make the rent," or "I don't know if my job's gonna fire me," or "Maybe I need to look for a job." Like,
That's
who
two
are you?
extremes.
Who are you gonna gravitate towards?
Those are two extremes. I would like to be met in the middle, where it's like a guy, like the average guy, right? Like I would rather that than like one very far off where he's like, I'm a complete bum, or I'm like all the riches in the world. Like I wouldn't want like either end. Do you know what I mean? So anyways, this is my opinion.
No, I hear what you're saying, and again, you're an anomaly to the exception, but majority of women don't want to go through the uncertainty phase.
Yeah.
They want a guy, and that's why some women like drug dealers, because they have fast money, it's coming in quick, and they have the security, or the perceived security
Stupid.
of money, right?
Oh my god.
That's their perception. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying that's their perception. And for a guy to just be like, I don't know where my rent's coming, or I don't know where I'm gonna see my next dollar, like that's not gonna get most women wet. Like they're gonna be like he doesn't have his shit together. Like, let me look at my other option. You know what I mean? Let's continue. Let's see what else they have to say.
Rock, a man that's stable, that can control his emotions and not sit there and
How
cry.
are you
Let me
telling me to
finish.
be a woman?
Let
Hold
me
on,
finish.
hold
Let
on.
me finish.
Sorry.
They do not want a man that's feminine and emotional like them. Women want a rock, they want a leader, they want someone that they can lean on in times of peril. If you are sitting here crying when someone's breaking into the house or when situations are tough or rough, immediately what's going to happen is that girl might sit there and cry with you and be like, I got you, baby, whatever. But deep down, arousal is going to go down because women are hardwired. As much as you guys want to sit here and cap and say, oh, it's okay, open up to me, you guys are hardwired to be repulsed by. So if I sit there and cry to you, you might tolerate it once, you might tolerate it twice. But after a period of time, me continuously crying to you and me no longer being a rock, you will lose attraction and leave me at some point. This is why this advice is dangerous to men, because women condition men to be just like girls, saying it's okay to open up, it's okay to be emotional, all this other. That does not work.
Wow. We
You
said
be
balance.
open and that have the same masculine problem as you. This is why I say all the time, men need tribes, men need male friends that they can confide in and talk to. Because unfortunately, ladies, for you guys don't.
All right, so what are your thoughts on that? He's basically saying, again, a man should never really open up to a woman. Ultimately, a man should have other man friends, because a man knows what it's like to be a man. He knows the struggles and obstacles that we have to go through. So it's better off to speak to another man about your issues versus a woman. Like, what are your thoughts on that?
No, I agree with that. Like, obviously, like, your guy friends, like, let's say if you're going through something that obviously other guys are going through, then of course talk to them. But I still think I still want you to talk to me about certain things. Like I don't want to be in the dark about like things that are going on in your life and you're not telling me anything. And then you know what I mean? It's just I don't think that's healthy. You know? So I think it's a balance of like obviously talk to me if you feel comfortable and like whatever, right?
Yeah.
I'm here, I'm not gonna share anything. Whatever's between us is between us, and
I don't think it's a sharing. You're gonna tell your friends. It's not that aspect. It's the aspect of being with somebody strong and confident and firm. And if a guy is okay, so let's say you're right for a moment, right?
Okay.
Let's say you're right for a moment. The only exception that I can think of is a guy is down for a brief period of time. If a guy is continuously down, week after week, month after month, year after year, when I say down, I mean finances, he doesn't have his life together.
Mm-hmm.
If he's just down, and that's just what it is, most women will leave because he's down. He's not getting up, bills are coming in,
okay.
he's not secure about himself. Do I want to have kids with a guy like this? Like do I want this kid to be the father of my child? Like That's how
You're
most.
taking it
No,
so
but what I'm saying
extreme.
is that's how most women think.
Okay.
That's how they think,
Yeah.
right? So what are your thoughts on that?
What I'm trying to say is that if you're with a good man who's doing the right thing and he's working and he's, doing everything he can, but maybe life is stressing him out a little bit and he's talking to you about those things, like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's more,
Okay,
I'm not saying you're a bum
so
and
let's say
years go by and then you think, like, I don't know, like that's going too extreme.
Okay, let's just say he lost his job,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
And let's just say he found a job, right? At McDonald's, let's say.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, it's temporary, I'm gonna bounce back.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get back my 60K a year job. And weeks later, months later, years later, he's still at McDonald's. He doesn't bounce back, right? He's still making $6-7 an hour, and that's just what it is. Bills are coming in. You're unsure how you're gonna pay your rent. Maybe you're living check to check. Maybe you have to work an additional, 15 hours a week. Maybe you have to pick up a second job. You know what I mean? Like, there's more burden. Hold on one sec. There's more burden on you to perform, meaning that there's more stress, there's more tension, there's more load on you, right? You wouldn't leave?
What I would do is I'll actually tell you what I would do in the situation. So if, let's say, had the job, lost it, working at McDonald's, right? I'm not saying years, okay? Let's say a couple, like, months go by, maybe months to a year, right? He's still working at McDonald's, trying to upskill, he has to be doing something.
Upskill.
Yeah.
From the fries to flipping the burgers?
No, I'm not. That's not what I'm trying to say. Like, let's say if he lost his job, and he's just like, you know what? Let me try to maybe make a career pivot or something, right? And it's like, all right, I'm gonna do the certificate on the side while I'm working at McDonald's, and then by the time I'm done the certificate, I'm able to get a job, and then I'll get back on my feet. He has to have a plan. Do you know what I mean? I think that's important. Because even for myself, like, I have no problem like working 2 jobs. Especially if it's for us to like make sure we're good. And I would feel a way if it's like I'm working all these hours and you're only if I'm over here working like 70 hours, 80 hours a week, and he's only working like part-time at McDonald's, then that might be a problem.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying a guy that has, let's just say he had a plan.
Okay.
But he never followed through with the plan. He's like, it's not for me.
Okay.
Like, I'm content, I'm good here at McDonald's, and you're taking on majority of the burden.
I wouldn't be okay with that.
Right. Over time, you're gonna be like, what the hell is going on here? Like, why am I working so much? Like, you're gonna start to look at him differently, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
You're gonna start to view him.
Fine.
Fine. You're gonna start to view him soft, right? And it's not gonna be a good look for him, right? I think you're looking at it. I think you're looking at it from a perspective where he's down. He has a plan. He follows through with that plan, and then ultimately he bounces back.
Yeah.
And life is about ups and downs. Like, what goes up is gonna come down, right? And it's gonna go like this. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's understandable for a woman to stay there for a short period of time, but for a woman to be there years on years on years and there's no progression, you know what I mean? And he's talking about his problems and he's complaining, and he's not doing anything about it, like he's just operating like a woman, then you're gonna have a problem with it, right? Mm-hmm. But
okay, anyways, fine.
But I'll say this, the fact that you would stay around during the transition phase is good, because even that, most women don't stick around for it. Like, they want a final product.
Oh my god, but if I was already with you before, like, the money, I don't just see money, you know what I mean? Like, that's at least for me. Like, if you're still a good man, and obviously, like, things happen. I know people who lost their jobs and, like, are in a tough situation. Like, things happen in life, you know what I mean? Like, that can happen to anybody. So it's just having that understanding. Yeah. And I would want someone who is also a hard worker. If I'm a hard worker, I'd want someone like that as well, right? Yeah. So that's the end of my point. Yeah. I'm done.
But let's continue.
You don't live the same reality we do. You don't live the same experience we do. You guys have a bunch of privileges and rights and accesses that men will never get. Therefore, you're not in a position equipped to tell a man how to act or how to operate and more importantly, how to control his emotions, because you're going to use your female lens of how he should control his emotions, which that is inherently going to put him at a disadvantage when dealing with the opposite gender. Women never tell the truth about what it takes for a man to actually be attractive. Women, deep down, want a man who's emotionally unavailable. Why? Because he can control his emotions. He doesn't sit there and cry on her.
No.
That's
And
what
listen,
controls
let me-
emotions.
let me
It's
finish.
not what we want.
Let me finish.
That's dangerous.
There's a reason why bad boys get girls. There's a reason why guys that are dick boys get girls, because they
Can I
hide their
say one
emotions,
thing?
and it's arousing. I'm not saying you should do it. I'm just simply telling you guys,
Oh my gosh.
they're arousing for doing
oh my
that.
Gosh.
It's an attractive trait in men. So, my advice is this, to finish. As a guy, if you have a girlfriend, serious girlfriend, wife, whatever it is, if you have problems, okay, you go and you deal with it with your male friends that are better equipped to advise you. You don't go and tell your girl about it. You just let her know everything's going to be okay. I got this.
All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and end the video. What are your final thoughts?
That last point where he's
Obviously, you
talking
disagree.
about girls want like bad boys, what are like, I don't know, whatever.
You
he's going
disagree
off
with
on.
that? You think women, okay, take yourself out of the equation.
Uh-huh.
You think majority of women want a boring guy?
Majority of women don't want a boring guy.
Right. They want excitement. They
They
want
like the bad boy.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so then you agree with him.
Yeah. I agree as like, no, but, okay. He's saying certain women who like the chaos, who like the excitement, who like all that kind of stuff, right? If I'm just a good woman and I'm just I just want to be able to build with my man and, you know, have a good long life with him, and I think more long term, then I'm not going to want the chaos. I'm going to want like the guy who wants to build with me and like build a life together and build a family, and you know?
Yeah.
But the girls that are like over here talking about they want a bad boy, it's because they're looking for a guy to just have fun with and, you know what I mean, have that excitement.
Yeah, and I think sometimes women want bad boys because they think they could be the woman to change him
Yeah, that's what
from being a bad boy to a good guy for them specifically. So it's a little bit of a challenge as well to kind of take on. But any other thoughts, or that's it?
I think that's it. I did a lot of talking before, but yeah, I think that's it.
All right, guys, so we're going to go ahead and end this video. If you like this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time.
Bye, guys.